The amount of people that come to us just because of how weird it is amazing. It's like, you can't say no to something that works. And our job is to break the stigma of we're not all fat, sweaty gamers. Like, we work hard, we play hard. That's how it is in the Army.
The trailer is absolutely amazing.
Being out here and actually seeing is so much better than just hearing about it.
I don't get the opportunity to feel like the camaraderie like I did when I was on active duty. So it was wonderful to be a part of a team again and focused on a mission.
I'd never played video games with captain and sergeant major in the Army before, so it's dope.
It's to connect people in a different way they haven't been connected before, through the passion of video games.
Where you go? I mean,
E-gamers, they do it the best.
We really appreciate this. It's a wonderful thing you're doing.
I would say for folks to come out and see, you have a totally new appreciation for it.
In the immortal words of Shia LaBeouf, do it!
Let battle commence.
The United States military has had a strong presence in video games since the dawn of the medium, with appearances in genres from primitive arcade shooters to real-time strategy, first-person shooters, side-scrollers, and the occasional beat-em-ups. Today, the Army is using commercial gaming tech in training. Soldiers run through team-fighting scenarios within tailor-made battle environments, where their trigger-fast decision-making is put to the test. But training is not where the connection ends. If you've ever served, you can attest to the popularity of video games in the military. Whether you've been on base stateside or sweating it out in Iraq, it was rare to see a barracks without a gaming console and 3 or 4 people huddled around with controllers in hand. The stressors of being a soldier are real, so duking it out with your battle buddy in a digital world can relieve some of that pressure. For some, it's more than just stress relief. They're fueled by the thrill of competition. That's where competitive gaming, or esports, comes into the equation. Esports drew 258 million unique viewers globally last year, according to research firm Superdata. That tops the 204 million unique viewers who watched NFL football games in 2016. It doesn't take a gamer to notice the growing popularity of online gaming, so the Army getting online to reach a bigger audience through competitive gaming seems like a logical step.
U.S. Army Esports is important because we get to connect America to its Army through the passion of gaming. The way we're going to do that is year after year, gaming as a medium has been growing consistently, and soldiers have grown as gamers before they even joined in the Army. So gaming has already been a part of the soldier community.
It sounds too good to be true, but yes, the Army has created an esports team and is actively looking for soldiers to wear the black and gold as competitive gamers. Tryouts for the team were held this year, and members of the team will specialize in certain games, either as individual players or part of multiplayer squads, giving soldiers an opportunity to showcase their digital talents. This was a shock to a lot of soldiers. Some didn't even think the opportunity was real.
The Army sent out an Army-wide email about the esports program, and a lot of people didn't believe it at first.
Meet Sergeant David Blos, an aircraft power plant repairer with the 82nd Combat Aviation Brigade. Blos was introduced to video games by his dad, and he's been hooked ever since.
He was big into computers and video editing, so we got together a lot to play different games. Every time a new game came out, he would show me it, whether it be a first-person shooter, flight simulator, Age of Empires. Yeah, that's the main reason we bonded.
Blos, being a lifelong gamer, was intrigued by the Army-wide email, so he reached out.
Signed up for it, got their Discord channel, found the Siege team, and then from there we just started talking. They announced their tryouts, and then we just started playing for about 3 months.
Shortly after it was announced, more than 6,500 soldiers applied to be a part of this new program. It's an in-depth process, akin to a tight-knit unit working out a potential new team member.
Doing tryout matches between the different people, switching up the teams to see who worked well with who. They had an interview, and then they selected their teams based on that.
Soldiers will train to compete in esports tournaments, take part in recruiting engagements, and interact with the public on a daily basis. The selected team members will be assigned to recruiting command at Fort Knox, Kentucky for 3 years. When not competing, they will train together, review tactics, and practice maneuvers, as well as maintain their PT and MOS certifications.
So in being good standings, obviously you must maintain PT, you must maintain everything, every duty and responsibility of a United States Army soldier. Obviously pass an additional background check, and you also need to be competitive in that title. We don't just mean you enjoy playing that title, you need to have the potential to be competitive.
These soldiers will have to live stream their game sessions online, creating content that connects to the American population and the gaming community, showcasing what these elite gamers are doing on a daily basis.
The Army Esports program is engaging with the younger generation, and I feel this opportunity is important to help build the Army of tomorrow.
I never thought that that would be a thing. Video games, I didn't even think the Army would turn in that direction. Like, I have a different competitive nature when it comes to certain things that I do. I know in video games, I can't be as aggressive as I am in a cage. Like, I can't just go rush in and just not respect anybody when it comes to the game than I can do in actual life, because I know what my body is capable of. It doesn't matter what my opponent's skill level is, because that's just a mentality I have. I'm going to go in, do what I need to do, and end it. But when it comes to this, that's a whole different animal. If you get on that stage in front of thousands of people, like, your heart's beating, you're breathing heavy, and anxiety kicks in. So this time at Combo Break, I think I did pretty well for my first time being on stream. I mean, he beat me down, but you know, I think I put up a fight against one of the best Balrogs in the world. My mother, she should tell me about her father, that he was Haitian, and probably 4th generation, who knows, 3rd generation American. That's why I picked that name, because I'm proud of it, you know what I mean? I love that name. My dad, I was supposed to be in school, like, I'll stay home with him and we'll be playing the PlayStation or Super Nintendo, eating snacks. That was like my childhood. Like, at the age of 3, I'll never forget it. We used to play Donkey Kong Country, things like that.
You have a kid, would you want her playing games?
Of course. She's gonna be on a wrestling mat and playing video games. Video games is never a waste of time. No one can tell you what time is worth. You can do whatever you want with your time. I'm putting in work now and I'm playing for the Army. Like, I never thought I would ever be doing that. It was a dream. It was always a dream, but I just never had the time. When look at my room. Like, what do people do nowadays? Like, we have more technology than they did in the past. We have cell phones, we have computers. Now it's kind of like the more technical side behind it that makes me want to do it, that a lot of people don't understand. There's a certain time frame for moves to work. So many characters, so you gotta learn all the frame data of all those characters. It's about management and resources. Like, you gotta pay attention to what you got and what your opponent has. Like, for my job, for example, be able to shoot, we have to know our location, we have to know our target location, meteorological data for weather. We have to know how much ammo we have. The AFIT test box is like a video game if you want to compare it to that. You're doing fire missions, you're building all this stuff and getting your resources so you'll be able to shoot that fire mission. Same thing with setting up a stream or playing a video game. You're paying attention to your resources and what your opponent has, and you're using them well based off what you got. It's a big world out there when it comes to gaming. A lot of people don't know. We all love the same thing. Like, none of it matters. We all love the same thing. It's an awesome thing. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. I'm Clinton Williams and I'm a pro gamer for the Army.
My name is Russell Lovelace. I am a 13 Bravo, otherwise known as a Canning crew member. I am a part of the Army Esports team and attached to Rocky Songs. I learned about the Army Esports team through an email that was given out. I wanted to join because I played professionally on my off time. I think gaming is going to continue to improve like it has every single year. Like, it's becoming more the norm. I would say everyone knows about a video game that they like, or a popular one. You can say Call of Duty and people that don't even play video games know about it.
It's kind of adding to our recruiting effort. 60% of people 17 to 24 play video games. So how do we communicate, how we reach out to them? We decided to create an esports team to not only play along with them, but communicate with them.
The Army Esports has sent me to Daytona Beach, Florida. They've sent me to Las Vegas, as well as New York, New York. So I think esports is just going to grow and grow continuously. I think that's why the Army has finally delved into it, because they've needed to get into this for a very long time. So there is a Discord on Army Esports Twitch. It's accepting all people. You just have to download the Discord itself, and it has every game on it.